What if the most powerful business strategy in retail history was a hot dog? For 41 years, Costco has sold one for $1.50, even though it should cost $4 today. They've never once raised the price. On purpose. That one tiny decision says almost everything about how Costco became one of the most trusted retailers on earth. With over 145 million cardholders and a business model every other retailer has tried and failed to copy. This is the story of Costco. Costco's story doesn't actually start with Costco. It starts with a man named Sol Price. In 1976, Price opened the first Price Club in San Diego, a members-only warehouse that sold goods in bulk to small businesses at razor-thin margins. It was a strange idea at the time. Strip away the fancy store displays, sell products still sitting on shipping pallets, and make your money not from markups, but from membership fees. One of the people who worked closely with Price was a young executive named Jim Sinegal. Sinegal had started in retail literally moving mattresses in a warehouse as a teenager, and he absorbed everything about Price's model: low margins, high volume, and a fanatical focus on treating employees well so they'd stick around and take care of customers. In 1983, Sinegal teamed up with a lawyer and retail veteran named Jeffrey Brotman to open the very first Costco warehouse in Seattle. Their pitch to shareholders and customers alike was almost aggressively simple: no-frills stores, deep discounts, and a rule that Costco would never mark up any product more than 15% above cost, even if competitors were happy to charge double. Convincing people to pay an annual fee just for the privilege of shopping somewhere was a hard sell. Why would anyone pay Costco money before they'd even bought anything? Senegal's answer was to make the deal so good that the membership fee felt irrelevant. Costco would deliberately sell certain items, like that future hot dog combo, at a loss, just to prove to customers that the prices inside were real. It was a trust-building exercise disguised as a business model. Competition was brutal in the early years. Price Club, Costco's own inspiration, was a direct rival. Sam's Club, backed by Walmart's enormous resources, entered the warehouse space too. For years, it wasn't clear which of these membership warehouse chains would actually survive the shakeout. Then, in 1993, Costco did something that looked like a merger of equals, but was really a consolidation of the entire model. It combined with Price Club itself, forming Price Costco. The combined company eventually simplified its name to just Costco and inherited the exact philosophy Saul Price had pioneered nearly 2 decades earlier. With Price Club's operations folded in, Costco had the scale to make its low-margin model actually work. But the real breakout wasn't a store count. It was a decision about people. Jim Sinegal made a promise that sounded almost reckless to Wall Street. Costco would pay its employees significantly more than the retail industry average and offer real healthcare and benefits even to many part-time workers. His reasoning was blunt. No one was going to be able to say we're making money off the backs of our employees, he said, because we were going to pay the highest wages in all of retail. Investors pushed back constantly, arguing Costco was leaving profit on the table. Sinegal held firm, pointing out something the industry hadn't fully connected yet. Employees who are paid well and treated well steal less, quit less, and take better care of customers. And all of that shows up on the bottom line eventually, just not on next quarter's earnings call. It worked. Costco's turnover rate dropped to a fraction of the retail average, while competitors churned through staff constantly. Combined with the Kirkland Signature private label launched in 1995, offering name brand quality at a lower price under Costco's own label. The company had built something genuinely hard to copy: a business where members trusted the prices, and employees stayed long enough to actually know the products. Through the 2000s and 2010s, Costco expanded aggressively into Canada, Mexico, the UK, Japan, South Korea, and beyond, while adding gas stations, pharmacies, and optical centers to nearly every location. By 2013, annual sales had crossed $100 billion. Sinegal handed the CEO role to Craig Jelinek in 2012, who kept the same playbook running through the 2000s, including guiding the company through the chaos of the COVID-19 pandemic, a period where Costco's bulk buying model and membership loyalty proved to be exactly what stressed, stockpiling customers wanted. In January 2024, Ron Vakris became CEO, and his own story reads like a company mission statement. Vakris started as a forklift driver at a Price Club warehouse in Arizona back in 1982 and worked his way up for over 4 decades before running the entire company. Nearly all of Costco's warehouse managers today are promoted from within, the same way Vakris was, which brings us back to that hot dog. In 2024, rumors started swirling that the legendary $1.50 combo might finally go up in price. Food costs were rising everywhere, and even Costco's own former CFO had hinted the deal might not survive forever. Customers panicked. It became national news. Then, in 2026, current CEO Ron Vakris settled it publicly, biting into the hot dog on camera and saying the price will not change as long as I'm around. Costco went a step further. Instead of raising the price, they simply gave customers the option to swap the soda for bottled water, quietly protecting their margins without touching the number everyone actually cares about. Why go to such lengths over a lunch combo that loses the company money? Because Costco figured out decades ago that the hot dog was never about hot dogs. It's a walking advertisement for everything Costco claims to stand for. Proof every single time you bite into it that the prices inside are real and the company isn't nickel and diming you. Last year alone, those 245 million hot dog combos generated genuine customer loyalty that no marketing campaign could buy, and helped support $1.1 billion in quarterly membership fee revenue, which is where Costco actually makes its money. The hot dog is the bait, the membership fee is the business. Today, Costco operates over 900 warehouses worldwide, employs more than 340,000 people, and generates close to $300 billion a year in revenue. Its membership renewal rate sits above 90%, almost unheard of in retail, where customer loyalty is usually paper thin. Employee satisfaction surveys consistently show Costco workers happier and safer on the job than employees at nearly every major competitor. None of it happened by accident. It happened because a man named Sol Price had a strange idea about selling in bulk. A young Jim Sinegal took that idea and refused to compromise on paying people fairly. And a company built its entire reputation on a hot dog that was never supposed to make money in the first place. 60 years after Sol Price's first warehouse, the strategy hasn't changed. Keep the trust, keep the loyalty, and let everything else follow. If you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe to Decoded Brands, because every week we uncover the untold stories behind the companies that built the world we live in. Which brand should we decode next? Drop it in the comments.